Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose? To defend human freedom against COBRA, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Ready when you are, Snake Eyes.
Hello, this is Fu Manchu, and before we begin with today's review, that rhymed, I'd like to bring to your attention the fact that I got a couple of comments the other day on 2 of my videos. And some guy just came out of the blue and accused me, little old evil me, of being racist. Can you believe it? I mean, jeez. And you know what? Look, I'll have you know something, sir. Yes, I did run track in high school, but I never ran a marathon or anything like that. I did a little running, but I never would have considered myself a racist. I mean, jeez. But you know what? Honestly, I hate the fact that the world's changed so much and people throw around the word racist like it means something and stuff anymore. Man, you've destroyed the meaning of the word, guys. Because if you're calling me, a little doll with a mustache, glued to his face, seriously, you're going to call me a racist? You're arguing with a doll? Oh my God, this world cannot be saved. But I think the Joker from Batman Beyond said it best when he said,
"Ah, brave new world that has such putzes in it."
Truer words were never spoken. And to that putz out there, go away. And I will racist something. I will racist over there and do this review. So let's go check it out, shall we? Today's review will be on the Hasbro and Threezero
G.I. Joe, American hero.
Snake Eyes 1/6 scale collectible figure. And before you get excited, no, this is not Nicolas Cage's character Rick Santoro from the 1998 Brian De Palma film Snake Eyes. No, this is actually Snake Eyes from the original G.I. Joe team. And when I first saw the first figure of Snake Eyes hanging on the pegs back in 1982, the first thing I thought was, wait a minute, you've got these bad guys and they're called Cobra. Then you got this guy all in black, which looks very ominous, named Snake Eyes. Is he like a bad guy too, or what? I mean, if he's a good guy, shouldn't he be called Snake Hunter or something like that? But no, they called him Snake Eyes. Now, I get it. I mean, I get it. If you're Cobra and you're out on the battlefield fighting G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes appears, well, Snake Eyes, you lose. And that's something that none of these movie makers seem to understand. That little phrase there, Snake Eyes, you lose. No, they always think it ties with dice or something. Does this guy look like he gambles? I mean, geez. But you know what? Oh, well, this is still a cool figure, and man, this box looks awesome. You got the burst on the front there, and man, I cannot believe that Threezero is actually making G.I. Joe 1/6 scale figures. Let's check out the back of the package, shall we? Looking at the back of the box, and man, these pictures are awesome. They actually remind me of the Tim Bradstreet covers from the Cobra Reborn comic book series. This is so cool, man. And yeah, all of those photos there are of the figure itself, and that is awesome. Now, below those pictures, we got a bunch of legal gobbledygook down there, and something telling you it's not a toy, but it's a toy. But you know what? This is awesome. So before we look at the front of the box, let's look at the sides of the box. Because on one side, you get this really cool blue filtered picture of the Snake Eyes figure. You got the G.I. Joe logo, the bigger Eagle G.I. Joe logo, and then down here, Snake Eyes. And this little 3D Threezero hologram thingamabobber. Let me get it in the right light. Because when you look at it pretty much head on, you can see the Threezero little logo that looks like Hunk from Resident Evil. But if you turn it the right direction, you'll see that that symbol turns into a 3 and a Z. And that is awesome. Now, I know that's probably not a big deal to any of you, but back in the 80s when these things first came out, yeah, every kid wanted a hologram sticker like this. Looking at the other side of the box, and we have a very dirty, dusty-looking motif. You got the G.I. Joe logo. You got a really awesome picture of the Snake Eyes head looking like he's in Gangster's Kingdom or something. That is awesome. Snake Eyes 1/6 scale collectible figure and the Threezero logo. Now, when this figure was first announced, as the G.I. Joe fan and Threezero fan that I am, man, it was a no-brainer that I would want it, but I cannot believe that I actually have it here standing in front of me. Now, this box is really awesome, and it actually has one more feature. A box lid that's held on with Velcro, and when you open it up, you get a really big picture of that Eagle logo, and then over here you get the figure itself. Not that you can see him because he's all in black and wrapped in plastic, but he's in there, and that is awesome. So I say we waste no more time, and I say we open it! So, here's the figure's plastic tray removed from the package. Now, as you can see, the top part of the tray has been removed, but he's still covered in plastic. So let's remove this plastic and get a better view of what's inside. There! That's better. Now we can see the figure a little bit better, but we'll talk about him in a minute. Let's focus mainly on the accessories and this tray that he's packaged in. Up here, he comes with the obligatory Uzi that any Snake Eyes figure should come with. Over here, he has a handgun, a knife, and a blade to go on his gauntlet. Now behind there, you'll see that he has some swords and some extra hands. Now, the way this figure is packaged is a little bit different than most figures because he only comes with one tray. But attached to the side of the tray on the inside, you'll see a little plastic tray with swords inside and some plastic bags holding some extra hands, and that is awesome. Plus, if you flip the tray over to the other side, you'll see another bag attached to the inside of the tray that holds his scabbards for his swords and his little back straps, and that is awesome. And if you think about it, that's a really interesting way to save space and to make the boxes smaller and stuff like that. You don't need multiple trays or anything to hold all the accessories. I mean, Hot Toys really needs to do this because their figures are starting to go up to about $300 each. And you know, we don't need elaborate boxes. We just need a box to hold the figure, to get it to us, and that's it. You know, the boxes are cool, but not as cool as the figures. And speaking of the figure, let's pull him out and check him out. So, after what seems to be a week, and trust me, it's been a week since I opened this figure. Yes, I live in a time machine, so you probably didn't notice that I time jumped into the future a week. But here's Mr. Eyes.
Call me Snake.
I'm sorry, Mr. Snake. And this figure looks awesome. Just look at all the detail work on his outfit there. That looks so cool. Now, I'm always so amazed by the movies or figures like this where they make their outfits look so detailed and junk, overly detailed, in fact. Because, you know, in reality, he'd probably be wearing like a protective hockey mask kind of helmet or maybe just a hood with the visor. Down here, he'd probably have like a black sweater or sweatshirt or something on with the armor underneath it. But yeah, they always make them look like they're Batman or something like that with all this armor plating and stuff all over the outfit and all the little design work and stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. It looks awesome. Now, looking at his head here, just look at all the detail work on the hood alone. He's got like metal plates and wrinkles and stuff all over it. He's got a Cyclops visor there. You can see the black lens where he would look out of. Now, that's just paint. It's not really a lens. Makes you wonder how Snake Eyes actually sees out of this thing. I mean, his peripherals must suck, but knowing this helmet in the future now, being 2021, this is probably like some Iron Man technology, and he gets like a digital readout or something inside there. But you know what? Back in the day, it was probably just a funky pair of glasses that look like knight armor. But you know what? That's pretty awesome. Working our way down here to his neck, I love this like honeycomb-looking chainmail design there. It's all over the shirt. It looks so good. It's all silver and stuff. That's awesome. Looking down here at the design work over the material, it's like some plastic coating or something. It looks really cool. Now, I thought that'd be really thick and kind of hard, but it's actually really soft, and that's awesome. You can see some rivet details there. It almost looks like a zipper going down the front there. That is so cool. Now, looking at his shoulder over here on the left side, it's plain, but if you look at the shoulder on the right side, you'll see the Arashikage Ninja Clan insignia emblazoned on his right shoulder, and that looks awesome. Although, if I was in G.I. Joe, I'd be a little worried. I'd be like, Snake Eyes, you've got that Ninja Clan insignia pretty prominently displayed on your armor there, and I don't see one G.I. Joe logo anywhere on this outfit. Is there something you want to tell us? Because doesn't Storm Shadow work for those guys? And look, seriously, Snake Eyes, I'd just feel more comfortable if you wore the G.I. Joe logo belt buckle, please. Down here at his arm, you'll see he's got a free-floating strap, and on that strap, he's got 3 little pouches, and that's pretty cool. Now, that can be adjusted. Down here at his forearm, he's got some printed-on armor there. That looks awesome. Then down here at his wrist, he's got like a wrist cuff, but he's got this like weirdly placed pouch. Now, that's kind of strange. I guess that's where he keeps his cigarettes, and holy crap. Jeez, Snake Eyes, you smoke a lot. But you know what? That is a weirdly placed pouch, but this figure is kind of based on the IDW Snake Eyes Dead Game comic series, and Rob Liefeld drew it, so more pouches the better. Down here at his hand, he's got some like plating, armor plating there on the back of his gloves, but his fingers are really skinny. Now, if I had a complaint, it would be about the hands, the knees, and the feet, but we'll get into that in a minute. Now, over here on his other arm, he's got another free-floating strap there, and he's got 2 little pouches on there and some like metal plating, I guess, or whatever. But look at that. It looks like it's got like battle damage, little flecking and stuff. That's pretty cool. I love how that's painted. Down on his forearm on this side, though, he's got like a real piece of armor that's on top of his outfit. Now, I wish he would have came with 2 of those because This over here with this just printed on looks cool until you see that he's got this over here, and I'm like, why didn't he come with 2 of those? Man, that would have been cool. Down here at his hand, he's got another open hand with that armor on there, and it looks really cool. But like I said, I do have a complaint about it, but you can see that it's painted really good. It's got like battle damage and scratches and stuff. Speaking of which, over here at his pouches on his belt here, you'll see that the belt buckle has like that flecking and stuff. That looks awesome. Now, all of these pouches are attached by a little peg system. Now, you can see that that one right there is a little crooked. They can all be adjusted by swiveling them, and that's pretty cool. And I love how he looks like he's got a little happy face there. Jeez, his friend over here only has 1 eye. Holy crap. But you know what? Those are some pretty cute little pouches. Next to those pouches, he's got a little knife sheath, and that looks so good. Around the back here, he's got even more pouches, and like I said, each one of those can be adjusted, so that's really neat. So if you get one that looks like it's all crooked like that, nope, you just adjust them, and that's easy. Down here, he's got some straps going to a little pouch thing on his left thigh there. Another little happy bag there. That's pretty cute. Man, that looks really good because, you know, they just use plastic straps. Those aren't like real cloth straps, but they do look like they're made out of nylon or something. That's awesome. He's got a gun holster there, looking very cool indeed. It's going to look really cool when he's all decked out. He's got like, I don't know, cargo pants on right there, and he's got like these little straps that are, not straps, stripes that are like painted onto the material. So that's pretty awesome. Now, we're getting into the part where I have a little bit of a complaint about this figure. His knee pads there look like, I don't know, robot faces or armor or something. But you know what? It looks weird and futuristic, I guess. And then down here at his feet, he's got these weird shoes. I would almost prefer him just wearing boots or like ninja tabby boots or something. But these look like, I don't know, like he's got robotic legs. And coupled with these knee pads and these really skinny hands with that armor on there, it almost looks like he's got robot parts or something. Now, it's not a big deal, but you know, you could swap out any of these pieces, but honestly, that's the only complaint I have, and that's a very small complaint at that. Looking at the back of the figure and checking out some of the details we might have missed a minute ago, we've got all that armor plating there printed on his back as well. He's got more of that chainmail looking design. That is so cool. The back of his knee pads here don't look as futuristic as the front, so that's pretty cool. Down here at his legs, though, he still looks like he's got Darth Maul's robotic legs, and you know what? That, like I said, it's a small complaint, but if you look at the comic book series that this is based on, the Snake Eyes Dead Game series or whatever, Rob Liefeld drew it, and when he draws Snake Eyes, he basically just draws Deadpool the way he drew him back in the New Mutant series or whatever, and honestly, it just looks like Deadpool painted black with Snake Eyes' visor. And in that, he doesn't have all these details drawn on him. He's just got a plain kind of black outfit and stuff. So they did take a little bit of a creative license when they did this figure. And that's fine. I mean, more details the better. And it looks really good. It's just, it's not really true to the source material. And it is like a different interpretation of Snake Eyes. Now, I get it. Every, you know, company that gets the license always wants to reinterpret it. And that's fine. And he does really, you know, look good. But yeah, if I had a complaint, it'd be these legs, knee pads, and hands. Honestly, small complaint, and it still looks awesome. So I say we waste no more time and check out his accessories. First up, he includes this K-bar knife on the bottom and this blade at the top. Now, they look like they're just completely black, but if you look really close, you'll see that it actually has a little bit of silver painting that almost makes the blade look a little weathered, like the black is kind of rubbed off or something. But those look really cool. Now, as for this blade right here, it attaches Assassin's Creed style to his gauntlet on his left side, and that is pretty awesome indeed. As for guns, he comes with this handgun here and this Uzi, and that looks awesome. Starting with the handgun down here. Now, if the magazine is removable, mine's stuck and I can't get it out. And it doesn't appear to have any other, like, you know, moving slide or anything like that. It just seems to be a sculpted piece. But man, it looks good. Now, looking at the magazine, I love how it's got those scrapes on it and stuff. Those screws look like they're real screws. That is absolutely awesome. Just look at the scratches there on it. Threezero really knows how to weather their things and make it look realistic. Up here, now this magazine does come out of the Uzi, and that is awesome. Plus, if you look there, it actually has a hinged stock. Now, that piece can be stuck as well, and it's very, very thin and fragile, so be very careful. But yeah, it can be extended, and that is awesome. But man, this Uzi looks so good, and like I said, this is something that every Snake Eyes figure should come with. Something else that Snake Eyes should always include is a sword, and this one includes 2 of them. Now, these don't exactly scream Snake Eyes to me. They kind of scream Leonardo from Ninja Turtles, but honestly, they look awesome. Now, they're made out of plastic, but they are painted really well to look like they're metal. And look at those tips. Those are some very pointy swords. That is cool. Now, when I think of a Snake Eyes sword, I always think of the 1985 action figure sword. It looks kind of like a scimitar or something. It had a very distinctive shape. So I wish it would have came with one of those, but honestly, getting these 2 swords is just as good. Up here, he also includes some scabbards for those swords, and they've got like some straps already attached to them, and that is really cool indeed. Now, those straps are made out of plastic, so you won't be tearing those anytime soon, and that is so cool. He also includes some accessories sealed in plastic. You get 3 small grenades and 3 large grenades. And is it me, or do these grenades look like they have the G.I. Joe Eagle logo there at the top of them? That's pretty cool. Down here, he also includes 6 extra hands. Now, I don't know which ones of these I'm actually going to be using, so I'm going to keep them sealed up for now. But if you've seen extra hands and extra grenades once, you've seen them all. Last up, he includes this little piece of paper that has all the instructions on what this figure does and how to gear him up. And believe me, getting something like this is very much appreciated because I want to make sure I get all these accessories on him right. So, after what seems like forever, and believe me, it's been forever, I say we waste no more time and get this guy all geared up. What do you say? So, here's Snake Eyes all geared up, and he looks awesome. With those straps across his chest like that, you really don't notice his robotic legs and knees as much, and that really does make the figure look a lot better. Now, I changed one of his hands to a fist and the other one to hold the Uzi, and that looks so cool. Now, right there on that strap, right there, and right up here on this bigger strap, he's supposed to have grenades. Like that, but I didn't put them on his straps because I was afraid they'd either dent the material of his costume or fall off and I'd end up losing them. So, for the time being, he's going to be grenadeless, but man, he looks so good. Now, this strap on this side rides up quite a bit, but that's about as far down as I can get it to go. And then back here, you've got his swords and his scabbards, and they go in there very snugly, and that is awesome. Yeah, this is so cool. Got his knife in there. Now, that's kind of rubbing up against his side, but oh well, I mean, it still looks good. And his gun, I actually found out, does have a movable slide. If you look there, you can see it's off just a little bit because it was so tight going into that little gun holster that it started to slide up. So, yep. That does have a working slide, and that is so cool. And I do assume that that magazine does come out. It's just mine stuck. Now, looking at this figure, there's one thing that is sorely missing from a Snake Eyes figure. Oh, he's got his Uzi. He's got his swords. But what is he missing? Why, his faithful friend, Timber. And this looks amazing standing alongside this Snake Eyes figure. Now, this wolf came from the Easy and Simple Rogue Survivor Anna figure. And when I saw it, I thought, oh, that would look so good with Snake Eyes. And I actually bought this before I got the Snake Eyes in the mail. And when I got this wolf in the mail itself, it's so heavy and huge, man. It looks so good. But yeah, I'd say that sizes really well with old Snake Eyes here, and that looks incredible. So, what do I think about this Threezero Snake Eyes figure? Well, I'd say it is awesome. Seriously, it is well worth the price. I actually got it on sale when I got mine too, so I actually got it a little cheaper than retail, and that's pretty awesome. But yeah, this is so cool, and I've actually got Storm Shadow already. I haven't gotten to open him yet, so I can't wait to get him because one of my favorite comic book covers of all time is the one where Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes are standing together, and that looks so awesome, and I cannot wait to see the figure standing like that. That'd be incredible. Now, this video took me a long time to make. Now, it's just because I just didn't have time to finish it, and I kept starting it, and then I'd have to stop, and then a few days would go by, then more days would go by. It took a long time, trust me. But you know what? I'm glad I finally got through it. But in the meantime, while I was working on this, ironically, the movie Snake Eyes starring Henry Golding came out, and I hadn't seen it yet. So I got it, and instantly regretted my purchase. Man, this movie annoyed me so much that I couldn't even finish watching it. It was that bad to me. Now, is that to say that it's a bad movie from what I saw of it? No. No, the cinematography's fine. Yeah, the fight scenes are a bit too, shaky cam, but so many movies fall into that category now that I'm used to that. The actors did, fine, if you want to say that, but is Henry Golding Snake Eyes? No, not at all. I mean, look at him. Does he look like Snake Eyes from the comic? Because the comic character is pretty well established. Does he act like what you think Snake Eyes would act like? No. And you know what? Yeah, he's a pretty dude if you want to look at him and go, oh, Henry Golding, he's pretty cool. Yeah, he seems charming and all those things. But is he Snake Eyes? No, he's not. And if I saw a movie of Snake Eyes' origin and I saw him acting like this, I would be like, that's not Snake Eyes. That's not the way he is. I mean, he's a well-established character from the 80s, and they establish he's kind of quiet, he's always secretive, this and that. And here's this guy, and he's all like making quips and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? If you want to cast Henry Golding as Quick Kick, man, I'm all for that. Put him in, that the karate pants and stuff, give him that little sash. I mean, he's wearing the sash there. But, honestly, I'd be like, yeah, that's Quick Kick. I'll take that. That'd be cool.
Will you stop jabbering so that I can sneak a word in? What's your name and your game, my man?
The name's Quick Kick. I'm a movie stuntman up here filming a commercial for frozen fudgy bars. But my director took off with the equipment and my money.
But honestly, is he Snake Eyes? No. And if you want to say that, that going back to the racism thing, that makes me racist because I can't see Snake Eyes not being a blonde dude or something like that, well, I'll say to you, I think, in my opinion, it is racist to cast Snake Eyes as an Asian guy because he's a ninja. That is about the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life. And honestly, really? And they made this guy act so gaijin, he's so American in the movie that I'm like, well, why didn't you just dye his hair blonde? Everybody would have been happy. I mean, seriously, it's not like Henry Golding's got a bad look. It's just, that's not Snake Eyes. And when I first heard that Henry Golding got cast as Snake Eyes, I actually defended him. I was like, hey, who cares? Snake Eyes is covered head to toe. You don't see what he looks like underneath there. Who cares? Maybe they cast Henry Golding because he's a martial artist. That's awesome. And then we got Snake Eyes, doing flips and stuff like that, like Ray Park did. Hey, go for it. But they didn't. What did they do? They took his mask off and made him talk a lot. You're like, those are the two things Snake Eyes doesn't do. But, they just cashed in on that name. And you know what? They've probably made some money. And it's going to be a hit to them, regardless of how much they lose or make. But, it's just not Snake Eyes. And maybe someday I'll watch the rest of the movie and think, oh, you know what? It wasn't that bad. Because there's a lot of movies that I didn't like in the beginning that I liked in the end. And I'm not saying anything negative about it other than it did not feel like G.I. Joe or Snake Eyes to me at all. And the whole time I watched it, my mind kept thinking of the following.
I owe you. You're going home.
I don't have a home.
Not yours. Mine.
G.I. Joe!
Let's go.
Liar!
I'm just kidding with you.
And you tell me do things, I done running.
This man betrayed our trust.
Do it. Do it.
You can do it!
Do it!
Finish him!
Pork chop sandwiches!
Nice catch, Blanco Nino. But too bad your ass got sad.
G.I. Joe!
Because in my opinion, those parody PSAs are more G.I. Joe than this Snake Eyes movie could have ever attempted to be. And Henry Golding, don't be mad at me for my stupid opinion. I'll still be your friend, so give me a call, because I think we can make that Quick Kick movie thing happen. And until next time, tune in for more Food Reviews!
Snake Eyes! We'll try a breakout when he joins us. Come in, Snake Eyes. Acknowledge, Snake Eyes. Acknowledge.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews. And I'm out.